Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hopefully the signal is decent and you guys can hear me. Can you go in the comments? Props, my sound graphics guy, whatever. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me, if we're good, and we will go from there. Hopefully you can hear me. Tasha, good morning. Tony, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Lasagna, good to see you in the room. Daryl, good to see you in the room as well. Prop said turn up. Okay, well, I'm at the airport, so you know all this stuff back here, but just wanted to come in and check in for a few moments and let you guys know that there's a lot going on in the Java Cafe tomorrow. The first thing to mention is at 9 a.m. I am having two Boston sort of low-key but powerful movers and shakers that move in Boston Poly. Gina Cristo and also Maya Rayner. They are both consultants at Rivera Consultants, which is a political consulting firm that was curated or created rather by Demelia Rivera. I'm going to scream a little bit so y'all can hear me. But that is happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. We're going to talk all things Boston Poly. We're going to talk Michelle Wu's win. We're going to talk candidacy for the gubernatorial race that's coming up next year. And so that's going on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then at 1 p.m., we are also going to bring the superintendent of Boston Public Schools into the Java Cafe, Brenda Casilius. She's going to come in and speak with us. I usually don't, but I sent over sort of some context to questions that I wanted to check in with her about COVID numbers currently in Boston Public Schools among students, among staff, as well as what's going on, the incident at the Henderson. And it's not only the Henderson, but due to COVID, you know, what sort of social, emotional, social emotional support services or resources are in place for the young people. And I mean, speaking of that, there's Lasagna. Lasagna, forgive me because I need to follow up with you about that. But the Brockton kids, another incident this time with an officer and kids. So Lasagna saying, asking Java fam to pray for our children, especially the kids at Brockton High School. Another incident this time with an officer and kids. So Lasagna, if you know anybody that needs to come on, we're not restricted just to Boston. If you know anybody that wants to come on and needs to come on, please let me know. That would definitely be dope. So that is scheduled to take place tomorrow at 1 p.m. with Dr. I think she's Dr. Casilius, I'm not sure. We're going to talk about a few things with her tomorrow. And so our young people are dealing with social, emotional issues. We're dealing with social, emotional issues. So let alone our young people, you know what I mean? So we definitely have to keep that in mind, not just in Boston, but the young people here in Atlanta, young people in Brockton and Miami, young people all over the world that have really had to adjust to a different model of learning, the support systems that they did get in school that may not or may have been up to par, probably weren't up to par during COVID. And then those that relied on school to eat. I mean, there's just so much going on with our young people. And so we definitely want to check in with her about that. You all will be in the comments and I'll, pay some attention to them, but not a whole lot. What else? Don't forget, next Saturday at 11 a.m., we will be at the Underground Cafe. That is near Grace's spot. and we are supporting a Black-owned business on Small Business Saturday. Where are my flyers, Jesus? There they go. I don't like being on this laptop. But that's taking place next Saturday at 11 a.m. I am checking in with them right now to see if we can have maybe a couple of vendors there. The panels are coming together slowly but surely. And so that's taking place next Saturday as well. And I think that is it for me. I wanted to do just a quick check-in and let you guys know that tomorrow the cafe is going to percolate. I mean, Boston Poly, Mass Poly, and then BPS. And here's the other thing. Okay, I need you guys to listen well and pay attention because I got a phone call on the way to the airport this morning. And so I am going to try to explain this as best and as slowly and most comprehensively as I can. So we know that a lot of things change with the exam school process. If your child wants to get in this new iteration process, or just to be sure and confirm if they're in the pool for this year, this is applicable only to children who are not in BPS. Let me say it again. This is applicable to children and parents that are listening now. Tag parents right now that need to listen to this. If they want their children to go to an exam school in Boston, tag them now as I explain this, or tag them later so they can watch it, let them know to listen, because my understanding is that BPS could have done a better job at making this information more public. If your child is not in a BPS school, in a non-BPS charter school, if they are in Metco, if they are in a parochial school, any type of private school, and they are in this year's pool, or you want to make sure that they are considered for next year's pool, you have to go to your local BPS welcoming center. You have to go to your local BPS welcoming center and confirm residency. You need to confirm residency that your child and you are residents here in Boston to be for this year's pool. I'm going to say this just to ensure that your residency is proven. If your child is in the pool, took the test last year, you're waiting to get answers or anything like that, go to your local. You cannot call. My understanding is it's not on the website. So you have to go. Tomorrow is the deadline. I understand that it started on October 26th. Tomorrow is the deadline. Today, tomorrow, get your happy self to a local BPS welcoming center to ensure that if your child is in the pool for this year, or you want them in the pool for next year to be considered for an exam school seat, get to your local welcoming center. Just got the phone call this morning. A parent that's going to do it and ensure their child is in the pool. And so again, my understanding is it's not very popular. It wasn't promoted a lot. So yes, that's it for me. Again, kind of a quick shot today. Oh, it's 9:16. Well, I was 5 minutes late. We're doing good. We're doing good. All right. And let's go and check in the comments. Paula, that thing that we were attempting to work on, I got a response. It wasn't the one that we were looking for. And so I'm going to try to look on it, work more on it, but it's just so much going on with that thing. And so I'll let you know about that. And Danny, I'm sorry, Props will be there next Saturday in spirit. Sharon Cornelius. I am definitely looking forward to seeing your face in the place. Tasha Carrington, good to see you. I am not set up with all the graphics to announce your event, but if you could put the date in the event, I think it's November 30th through the end of December is Survivors of Homicide Awareness Month, and Tasha is having a service at St. John's, and so we'll get more information out about that. I think that is it for everyone. Heidi is mentioning module rooms in Franklin Park for folks displaced from Mass. Huh? Is that something the city is doing, or are people just setting up tents up in Franklin Park? Please let me know. ASEA 820, you mean 1127? I haven't put the registration up yet. That is going up on Saturday, a week out. So I got you covered with that. But Heidi, I'm not sure about what's going on at Franklin Park. Trust me, I'll make a couple of calls. Keys, good to see you in the room. Rachel, look at you doing the show on the road. Love the dedication. It is definitely dedication because, yeah, I timed the Uber and all that, the Lyft to get here to make sure that I was on. Trying to get on at 9, but people in there. So, all right, I'm going to get ready to wrap up, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and it is much appreciated. We saluted vets of war, but we can't acknowledge the struggles of mass teens. So Props is saying that he was screaming or been talking about the things that our young people are dealing with, and then he also said, we just saluted vets of war, but can't acknowledge the struggles of mass teens, or not Massachusetts, but teens and young people as a whole. So absolutely, I agree. All right, everybody. Wait, what is going on, Jesus? Jen is talking about Baker. There must be something going on with Mass and Cass. Anthony Pops, what's up, brother? Good to see you in the room. I owe you an email. And you'll get the email before next week because I'm looking forward to that. Good to see you in the room, sir. Good to see you in the room, Pops. Jen is saying Mario called the boys in blue on me and got and godmother of Miracle Mile. I like how you said Miracle Mile. St. John will be hosting community healing service on December 12th. So the date is December 12th, the community healing service. And so thank you so much for that. And Tasha is also saying Survivors of Homicide Victims Awareness Month, November 20th through December 20th. Tasha, thank you for the clarity. Thank you for being in this space and keeping us aware. Thank you for attending that meeting in 2018, and you jumped in right after that and kept it moving. And so, and can you nudge Pastor? I don't know if he's on vacation. I know he has a newborn, but there's another healing space that I would like to help create. Also, I need to mention to you all, Pastor Arlene was in the room yesterday, was not able to get a space confirmed for our senior pastors and under shepherds, under pastors, youth pastors, watch care pastors, things like that. And so was not able to successfully get that done by Saturday. And so I talked with Lori Nelson yesterday, and we're looking at maybe one evening next week to get our pastors together to support them, for them to vent amongst one another. Lori and I will be the only laymen around. And, you know, this is just the time for them. And so they'll let you know. And Jen is definitely keeping us aware of BPHC. Hopefully some good changes are going on there soon. Shout out to Mayor Wu, who dedicated $8 million for free bus fare from the city of Boston. It was a quick look. I haven't looked into it yet. I understand Andrea Campbell was like, hold on, wait a minute. We didn't bring this before the council. And so things are going to get interesting because for this next iteration of the, and I told you why we needed Alejandro on the council. Votes are going to come up on that council. There's a meeting today. Former acting Mayor Kim Janey is going back into the presidency, and she will oversee the meetings. But I told you guys there were going to be votes that wind up coming up between now and the end of the year before the new council gets in. And so pay attention. All right. One more time to reiterate. If you have a child that you think is in the pool for this year, you want to be in the pool for next year for an exam school, if they're not a BPS student now, if they're not in a BPS charter school, if they're in a regular charter school, if they're in a BPS charter school, my understanding is they're straight. If they're in a charter school, non-BPS, if they're in a private school, if they are in a what's the other school? Charter, private, I guess that's it. If they're not in a BPS school, you put them in the pool, get to a welcoming center today. You cannot call, you cannot email, you cannot go on the website. You got to go by tomorrow. The deadline is tomorrow. And so I will be sure to try to get some more information tomorrow morning, because when I get home, I got a lot of stuff to do because I'm a little bit behind. Listen, I know that Christmas is coming, and this is kind of on a big scale for those of you that can. This jewelry company that Props works with, an executive there, They launched their website as of they're launching their website very soon. And so if you were able and can afford it, go and check out some jewelry. I need something to drink, Jesus. I'm outside and all this air. Um, Go and check out the jewelry there. If you're going to surprise a spouse, a loved one, a child, a parent, they have rings, teas, chains, gold, silver, gold, white gold, and rose gold, I think. So props, let me know about that. They're going to be doing an ad buy on Java with Jimmy soon. So appreciate it. And I think Asia is letting folks know she's going to get her child all set for the exam school thing. All right, everyone, that's it for me. I'm going to get off here. Quincy, Trans Awareness. I cannot talk today. Trans Awareness Week and Trans Remembrance Day is on Saturday. Quincy, thank you for that. We will acknowledge that again tomorrow. All right, guys, that's it for me. 9:05, 9:24. I did like a good 20 minutes on the road. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to get ready to get back to Boston. Some good things happened here in Atlanta this week. Made three good connections. One is around CryptoCoin and the crypto world and whatnot. And so I just want to talk to that brother offline first and just see what's up. And so it's something that we need to really consider. There's a whole digital real estate space that's going on. And so I checked with Paps and he talked about some of that stuff that dude wasn't too off. And so, yeah, made some great connections down here, looking to make more. And yeah, trying to expand the brand. And yes, we'll always be heavy Boston based. That's my home. That's where I'm from. But want to expand into some national issues. And we're finding out. And I had Josh Cole on, candidate for delegate in Virginia, the 28th district. A lot of what he talked about is very similar to what black men deal with in Boston. And so, yeah, got a chance to talk to Larry Carter, who was a candidate for district attorney here in Atlanta, and also met a wonderful author who sent me a wonderful side note on Instagram, and she's looking forward to working together. So, yeah, there's some great things coming and percolating in the Java Cafe. So don't forget, 9 a.m., Boston Poly and Mass Poly lit tomorrow morning, Freestyle Fridays, and then at 1 p.m., the superintendent of Boston Public Schools is coming into the Java Cafe. So this is going to be a very interesting day. Tony, good to see you in the room, brother. Are you Tony, I am not relocating. Boston will always be my home. Will there be, Stephanie, thank you. Will there be a easier way to abode at some point in the two cities that I'm in love with? As long as the Lord says the same. Anyway, I would Tony, come out next Saturday so I can grip you up and just kind of hit you in the back a little bit. All right, I'm getting out of here. And Props is going to the Patriots are playing here tonight. Like, I wish I knew. Lettucey was across the street from me the other night with a Stout. She's called the Stout, and I can't remember her name. I think it's Renee. That used to sing in Connecticut and gospel and whatnot. But they were across the street the other night. Patriots is here tonight. There's so much that goes on. Anyway, we're going to talk about it next Saturday. Space, black space, and like, anyway, there's stuff that there are spaces that we can create in Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan, and other parts of black and brown communities that we can be outside, that they can have year-round furniture there. They can put it in from, October 15th until March 15th. Then you can, Boston really can do a lot better in general in black spaces and just young professionals and just, yeah. So, Tony, to answer your question, I am not relocating. No. I'm going to get ready to go. You guys have an awesome day. We will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.